Hey, my son asked me the other day, have you looked at AI? And I went, no. So I thought, after he told me all these wonderful things about it, I thought, okay. He said, start off with just asking a question. So I did. So I asked the question. The 10 most questions people wishing to play guitar have. And this is it. This is the list right here. All right, so I thought, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to comment on them. I'm going to actually go through them, and I'm going to go, yep, that's pretty good. That's good. Thank you, AI. Or with all my wisdom and all that kind of stuff that I've got over these years, I'll give you my points on some of these questions. So we'll start off with the first one. The first question was, what's the best guitar for a beginner? So AI says this is a very common question, and the answer depends on the individual's budget, musical preferences, and physical size. Generally, a good starting point is an acoustic guitar with nylon strings, as they are easier on the fingers. Okay, now the first half of that question, I reckon, answer is pretty good. It talks about musical preferences, physical size, individual budget. That's important. The second, I don't necessarily agree with. So, so what you've got to think about is that what I say to people is that when they're looking for guitar, okay, does that guitar go to you, communicate to you? Yep, awesome, beautiful, that's lovely, that's really cool, that's something. All right, that's important. That's really, really important. You look at that guitar and you go, wow, that's beautiful. That's really, really nice. That's really important. Now, if that works with a nylon string guitar, great. But if it works with an electric guitar, that's fine too. That's fine too. Okay. If it works with a steel string guitar, that's fine too. Think about nylon strings being easier on the fingers. There's an element of truth in that, but also you can do that with steel strings. They have different gauges. Some are you just have what's called a light or extra light set of strings. You can put that on your guitar and you'll be fine. So there's no problem with that. So you don't necessarily need to have the steel nylon string guitar. You can start with an electric guitar if you wanted to. No problem with that. Now, if you're young and you're still growing, then that's something to take into account. So with an electric guitar or any other guitar, the physical size is important. So it must fit well. Okay, it must fit with you. Don't go into the down the path of buying a big guitar for someone who's quite small, because one, it's going to be very hard to play. All right. That person may never grow into the guitar. Well, they might do. They might get bigger, but they probably won't be playing it because of the fact that they've found it really, really difficult. So that is not the wisest thing to go. You have to make sure that the guitar fits you. All right. If you're an adult, you've got to make sure that the guitar fits you. People can buy a very large, what's called a dobro guitar, because they are quite common for not dobro, dreadnought guitar. They're quite common. They're a common make. The body size is very, very, very big. Okay, so you've got to get your arm right over it, and so for some people that might be fine, but for others it's too big. It's too big, so you need to make sure that it fits. So going to a reputable music store, that's the way to go. And you want to think about, right, does it feel good? Does it look good? That's the important. Do you think, yeah, that's great? Go for that's the thing that you go for. All right. Now it's got to fit, like I've talked about, and obviously you have to be comfortable with the budget. You have to be comfortable with how much you're going to spend. Now, like in a number of areas, the more you spend, the better the guitar. No question. but it needs to be. You need to feel comfortable about spending the money that you need to spend. With an electric guitar, if you go an electric guitar, again, it's got to fit you. So you can have different sized electric guitars. They're probably not as common, but it does. The body shape can. There are different body shapes. You need an amplifier that goes with it. So you need to think about an amplifier. Starter kits are pretty good. Just remember that that's all they are. They're starter kits. All right, I hope that helps on that first one. So what's the best guitar for a beginner?